What's the creepiest encounter you've ever had with a stranger? I was driving home from a wedding last fall, around 1:30 in the morning, cutting through a rural stretch of back roads to avoid the highway traffic. I'd done this route before, but something about that night felt off. The GPS kept glitching, recalculating in circles, and the fog was so thick it looked like the trees were bleeding into the road. I turned down a stretch of forest where the houses disappeared completely. Nothing but moonlight and my headlights bouncing off wet pavement. Then I saw her, walking barefoot on the shoulder in a long white dress, soaked to her knees, arms wrapped around herself like she was freezing. I slowed down immediately. "Hey, are you okay?" I called out through the window. She didn't answer, just turned her head slightly toward me. Her face was too pale, her eyes hollow like she hadn't slept in days. Something about the way she was standing, too still, too quiet, made every instinct in me scream, but I couldn't just drive off. I pulled over and rolled the window lower. "Do you need a ride somewhere? There's no cell service out here." She stared at me for a long beat, then nodded once, slow and mechanical. I unlocked the passenger door. She climbed in without a word. As soon as she shut the door, the air changed. The warmth from the heater vanished like someone opened a freezer, and this sharp metallic smell filled the car, like rust or old blood. I tried to make small talk. "Were you at the wedding down the road?" No answer. "Did your car break down?" Nothing. She just sat there, soaked dress, clinging to her like a second skin, staring straight ahead with this rigid posture that didn't shift even when I hit bumps in the road. I was 2 miles down the road before she finally spoke. "You should have left me there." Her voice was flat, hollow, like it echoed from somewhere far away. I looked over, alarmed, and she was smiling, but her eyes weren't. They stayed wide and unblinking. "What do you mean?" I asked carefully. She turned to face me fully now, and I saw it. Bruises circling her neck, old one, yellowing. "Men like you always stop," she whispered. "You think it's kindness, but I needed quiet." My chest tightened. "Okay," I said, keeping my tone calm. "I'll take you wherever you need to go." She smiled wider. "I'm already where I need to be." The road ahead forked, but my GPS was frozen again. I glanced back at her and she was gone. The passenger door was still shut, the seatbelt hanging limp. I slammed the brakes and got out, searching the road, calling out into the trees. Nothing. No footprints, no rustle in the wood, just silence and fog swallowing the road behind me. When I got home an hour later, shaken and pale, I told my roommate everything. He didn't believe me until I showed him the passenger seat. The fabric was soaked. The seatbelt was twisted like it had been yanked hard. And sitting on the floor mat was a single wet footprint pointed toward the door. I've never taken that road again, and I never stop for anyone on back roads. Not anymore.